On our first ever news report from the Hermes Broadcasting Network, we'll be taking a look at the major events that occurred from December the 1st to the 8th. This week, two people defect from Aster. Aster is broken into by Minervians. A violent movement for Montanian independence from Aster begins, and even more news that's not favorable to Aster. I'm not even kidding, literally everything important that happened this week involves something bad happening to Aster. It's really not their week, is it? I'm your host Rabbito, and this is my co-host Zuru, and this is HBN News. First up on the agenda is a short but important piece of news that's technically from last week by about an hour. Bellacat has left Aster and joined its capitalist neighbor, Minerva, to much dismay of the Asterian leadership. Izunada said, and I quote, "We are hurt by your leaving, but we won't allow you to slander us like you just have." More recently, Olivia, the Asterian navy leader, has decided to quit and take back her property to reform the Farthest Pirates. Later that same day, there was a violation of the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, that stretches some parts of the Aster-Minerva border. Ultra, the current leader of Minerva, accompanied by Bella and, no one else, crossed to the Asterian side of the DMZ and reportedly vandalized the military equipment, blackboards, and radio. Ultra and Bella do not deny they did this, but the way that the two of them crossed the highly secure wall is disputed. Izunada claiming that they clipped the wire fencing, while the Minervians say that they walked through the front gate. On the more supernatural side of things, Momo, the infamously hideous statue located in Momo Park in Aster, has gone missing, and Izunada has said that Momo had come alive and escaped through her own quote-unquote anomalous volition. And while he did clarify that it is possible a third party tampered with the statue, all follow-up statements imply that they are prioritizing the magically came alive and just fucking left theory. Izunada has said several times that Momo is quote-unquote harmless, but are we really supposed to believe that? I mean, look at the thing. It's absolutely terrifying, and if it was alive, it would definitely be thirsty for blood. Do I believe that a giant flesh chicken dinosaur lady thing made out of terracotta could have done such a thing? Well, let's just say I'm skeptical. But no matter what the real story is, Aether should have handled the situation better. I'm not exactly sure how someone could misplace something of Momo's size, even if it did leave on its own. And despite this being a possible threat to the international community at large, Aster has still not recovered Momo to this day. If we head back to Momo Park, you can see the spot where Momo had once stood has been replaced with the statue of Tanuki, owner of corporate giant Tanuki Tech. Apparently, this was done by Tanuki as a quote-unquote gift to Aster. And you may be asking, but Rabbito, why does the statue not have a head? And the answer to that question is that Outlived, Aster's top-in-command, promptly blew the head off of TNT. He also banned Tanuki from ever entering Aster again with threats of violence. The statue has since been taken down. Last but certainly not least, we have a scandal we here at HBN are officially deeming multi-layer Postigate. No one is allowed to call it anything else. Lasagna has stepped forward claiming that Asterian officials paid him to conduct a terrorist attack that caused Aster and Minerva to split in half. And he came with receipts as well. If true, this is proof that the split was a deliberate plot by the Asterian Socialist Party to take control of the entire eastern part of the country after they lost the election, rather than a safety measure taken to avoid further terrorism, as Izunada had claimed in the past. In rebuttal to this, Izunada says that the paper documents were forged, and the telegrams sent to Lasagna were out of context. Now, we aren't detectives, and we aren't judges, but you must say this does look quite suspicious. We'll keep you all posted.